Hello, this is the second test within task 333, Trials and Evaluation of Services, that involves the pilot monitoring of hydrogeological disturbances in Italy. And this second part relates to use and access of sensor data, while instead the first one was basically testing the low-level services. So let's move on now on the test plan. We will start with the item SWE test 1, which is access to sensor observation services. So what I'm supposed to do is to open up the the client, which is actually part of UDIC, and then at this point I have to create a new resources, which in this case will not relate to other database, but it will connect to a sensor observation service. So now I have to press next, and I can see there is a list of frequently used services. I select the first one, which is the one we want to use for our service, for our test. We see that the version return is 1.0.0, and if we move forward, we can see that the get observation is working fine. Well, we see basically the various capabilities that are returned by the service. If we move next, then again, sorry, we have to move back. We have to click on the get observation, and then next. Then we decide one of the sensors we would like to connect. In this case, we select the path topographic, and we can see that if we select here, we have a number of sensors available. So we select a few of them that we want to use for our testing session. Let's select this. And then if we move to observe property, we can see that now we should have a list of items coming. The system is working. It's taking a while. Okay, so now we can select all of them, and then we move to result model. And then, for instance, we can decide to select the observation, and then we move next. And well, that's the resource we have to select, and then we finalize. And now the various resources is being added. So we have the 2D window here, and then at the bottom we have the 3D window. And this 3D window, let me disconnect it from the main viewer for the sake of quality of visualization. So we have the 3D window here, so we can fly to the area of interest. In this case, we fly to the area of the sensors. Then, as you can see, this is 3D. We can see that these are the location of the various sensors all over this area. Then what we can do is that we can define an end date and a start date. Suppose we go to 2000 as a start date, and as an end date we move it. We can see that the values are changing according to the results of the various queries that are being sent to the server. We can also change the month, and same holds true for the month of the starting date, as well as the day of the starting and ending of the measurement. So this part seems to work pretty fine. Then what we can do is that if we close this, we can go to the table, and we have a table view of the values that we are actually getting from the various sensors. And what we can do is that we can, for instance, filter, assuming we want to filter by sampling time. We can write, for instance, a specific day we are interested in, a date, and then as soon as we confirm, we can see that only those within the date that we have selected are highlighted in yellow within the table. Then we can also what we can do is we can show also the graph, the charts. So now we send the request, and we can see that if we disconnect this and we increase the size, we have the various diagrams and representing the measurement, and these can actually be rendered in different styles according to the specific requirements. And that concludes basically this test and this part of the testing session that has dealt with the sensor. The remaining part of the test is visible also from YouTube for the other basic services.